Hello, MissionOtaku. So this week we're talking about, we're taking an article from Anime News Network and we're basically relaying news to everyone. And I totally forgot it was Thursday because I'm a college student now and my mind is just everywhere. It's at places trying to buy books. It's at places trying to find where my classes are and trying not to fall behind on the first week of school and reading all this stuff and doing papers, and it's just a mess up in here. But I'm glad I'm finally going to school, and I actually really like it so far. College is freaking awesome. So, as for my little news relaying thing that I'm going to do for you, I'm going to be really, kind of cheap and just talk about new manga and anime releases this week. So these are all the releases that are coming out this week, or actually have already come out. Most of these came out on January 17th, so on Tuesday, and so I'm going to get into it. So let's start off with the anime. The first release was a movie called Red Line, I think, from Manga Entertainment, and I've heard that's a really good movie. Actually, I've heard a little about it, not really too much about it, but I think it's pretty popular. I think it's been selling pretty good, so if that interests you, if you want to get a movie from Manga Entertainment, then you should totally do so. Another release that I'm pretty sure is another movie from Manga Entertainment, I'm not 100% sure, but it's called The First Squad of Truth, I think. I'm sorry, The First Squad Moment of Truth. Then the third season of Hetalia came out, the World Series, which I'm not a really huge fan of Hetalia, but I know that a lot of other people are, so if you are a huge fan, then go on to Right Stuff and order it, because it's released now. It came out on the 17th as well. And then two really exciting releases for me is the Save Editions of Kaze no Stigma and also Nabari no O, which are two Funimation series. I'm not sure if they were done by ADV first, but they're released by Funimation, and they're save editions that I actually kind of want to check out, because I've heard that both of those series are really good, so I don't know, I may watch a little bit of it on the Funimation website first, see if I like it before buying the save editions, but yeah, I'm excited. I kind of want to get those because I really need to buy more anime, but I don't have any money because I'm buying stuff for school books, so it kind of sucks, but oh well. Then from Bandai, the Bandai release of this month was Star Driver Part 2, and this is actually a pretty interesting series, I think. It's on Crunchyroll.com. If you want to check it out, you can watch the whole series, I'm pretty sure. It's, I think, a mecha-like series in a way. There's a different twist on it, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know too much about it. But it's a new release from Bandai, so I think you should check it out. Then the final anime DVD release was The Girl Who Leapt Through Space DVD 4, which I have no information about, and I have no idea if it's any good, but if you've watched that series, let me know and tell me if it's any good, because maybe, who knows, maybe I might pick it up or rent it or something. Moving on to manga. One of the first releases this month was After School Charisma Volume 5, I think. I totally forgot to write this one down, but I think it's Volume 5. If I'm wrong, then I will put an annotation or something up on the screen now. And I've heard that's a pretty good series. I've seen it around at Borders closing sales, and I never got it, but I've seen it around, and it looks interesting. I don't know. It reminds me of After School Nightmare because of the title. That's the only thing I can tell you about that. Then Arisa Volume 6 came out, which I know that Kaio-chan really loves, and I've been really meaning to check out that series. It's supposed to be really good. It's about two twins, or two sisters, and there's mystery and drama, and it sounds interesting. I've never read it, but I've heard that Kaio-chan says it's awesome, so I'm really tempted to check that one out. Then we have some yaoi releases! Jazz Hands! That's probably not even Jazz Hands. The first release was Bad Teacher's Equation Volume 3, which I've been really meaning to check out. I've seen it at Hastings before, the first volume. It's a really big volume, so these are like, I think, 2-in-1s maybe, or they're just really big volumes, so, they're really good. I think they're like $19 each, so check them out. There you get a lot of pages for a pretty good price, and it's yaoi. And then my most excited manga release of this month is Border Volume 3. Seriously, I think this might be my favorite yaoi manga series that I've read. Granted, I've only read 2 series, but this one is just so freaking awesome. It's got a drama, kind of a detective thriller drama mixed with, homosexual relationships and whatnot, and it kind of has a host club spin on it, but with, yaoi characters, of course. And it's really, really good. I really love it. There's a lot of emotion, and I think you should check it out. It's so good. You really need to check it out. Just go do it right now. Then there's a one-shot called Devil's Infirmary that I have no idea what it's about. Then there's another release called The Gentleman's Agreement Between a Rabbit and a Wolf, and I have no idea what that's about, honestly. Maybe it's about something to do with an aggressive man and a shy boy. That sounds really, holy crap, that was really, okay, moving on. I'm awkward sometimes, and I try to be funny when I'm not. Then Kazuna Volume 5 of the Deluxe Edition series came out, which I think is 2 volumes in one, so I think it would be Volume 9 and 10 of the series. Maybe. I've heard really good things about that series, but I can never really find it in stores, so if you're a fan of that series, the 5th volume is out now, so go check it out. And then finally, a really big release is Sailor Moon Volume 3, which I've never watched nor read Sailor Moon, so I don't really have an opinion on it. But it's a popular series, and since the DVD releases were never released, I think people that like Sailor Moon should go buy it and support the series, just do it. It's if you love it so much, support it, I think. And then there's 2 other releases that are not anime and manga, but one is related to anime and manga, and that's the live-action movie of Gantz. It's the second live-action movie called Perfect Answer, and I want to watch those movies, but I don't know. I've heard that the Gantz movie is kind of iffy, but I'm interested in it. I want to check it out because I like the manga, so I might pick up the first movie sometime if I find it. And then the other one is a Soul Calibur release for the iOS. I'm not sure what that stands for, honestly. I probably should have looked that up, but if you know what an iOS is, then great. Buy it. It's Soul Calibur. I love Soul Calibur. I love Soul Calibur 4 and 2. Those are really, really awesome games. So if you're a fan of the series, check that one out. I'll put a link to the Anime News Network article where you can see all the releases. I just told you all the releases, but check them out anyway, and then you can look them up on Right Stuff as well. I'll put a link to Right Stuff down below as well. And those are all the releases for this week that I could find on Anime News Network at least. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next week, and either Brit or Anime Lover will see you tomorrow. I think Brit, though, because they switched days this week, and Anime Lover never made a video on Monday. So yeah, Brit, we'll see you tomorrow.